80% of new companies, they close down within the first 5 years. That's the research. Maybe Maldives within 3 years, probably. Yeah. So because you get tired, right? So fatigue. You put a lot of energy, your savings, and you start doing businesses. So after 5 years, you think no more. It's good to have a salary. Again, you go back. So whether you achieve your targets or not, because you have deadlines, maybe company even know you have given to yourself, most of these deadlines, a lot of people don't achieve, unfortunately. But you still get paid. That is where it's challenging for salespeople. It's very much what? Achievements oriented, target oriented. So only the smartest can survive in sales. Sorry? Of the fittest, absolutely. So, a lot of companies, they close down. So then you can't calculate the lifetime value. That's what you are telling. See, so when it comes to your new babies in your portfolio, right? You cannot actually calculate your lifetime value. That's why you need to look at your customer. The customer has been performing for maybe more than 5-6 years in the market. And you see the way that they are running their business, whether they will have a future or not, you understand. That's why I said account managers rating. You know that. So the right fit, you get all the marks, but the rating is that you think right now, all this because of 2 people in that company. If they might also leave in another 2 years down the line, because you have studied them maybe through LinkedIn or whatever, so they have been moving from one place to another, maybe every 4-5 years if they don't get what they deserve. So then if they leave, there is a risk. So then you put that, your remark there. So that it's management to think. The problem is, with all due respect, a lot of Asian countries, companies in Asian countries, they don't sit down and brainstorm and strategically plan. So they are what? The marketing plan. So that is why. So those are like God's work. I mean, I would say unpredictable. Yes. Right? So anything can happen. So then those type of things, according to books, you don't take into consideration when it comes to rating key accounts. Because now if there's another blackout for like 1 year, God knows. So uncertainty you take into consideration, but not to that extent. Then you can't plan anything.
So do we have to have a provision or something like that?
You cannot keep a provision like that. Because what you can look at is like you can go back and see maybe few blackouts like that, maybe COVID, SARS, or maybe tsunami. Right? During such time, what happened to certain companies, you can just see them as case studies. And with how many companies closed down purely because of tsunami? How many companies closed down during COVID and why? Where they were when they were closing down? What they were lacking to protect the company? So whatever they were lacking, are they lacking in these companies also? But you cannot go and tell them because it's not your job, even though you are a very consultant, right? It depends, because otherwise you will deviate from what you are supposed to do. Yeah? So probably they don't have, let's say it's a commodity, it's maybe electronics. If they are not selling online, at least they don't have an e-commerce platform right now. If there's another blackout, they'll be wiped out. So you need to have this readiness in your organization. So you should have a contingency, right? You should have a contingency plan when it comes to uncertain times like COVID. It can be epidemic or pandemic or any natural disaster. But the products that you can sell physically, they should have a small e-commerce platform. So they can grow as you go on. But when it comes to services, when there is a disaster, they can sell more. Because they feel the uncertainty. Especially solutions like insurance, even telco. When you're working from home, you should have solid connection, right? You know what I mean? So certain industries will be strengthened during that time. Certain industries will not. But the certain industries which are vulnerable in situations like that, So you need to see whether they have come out with right strategies. If so, then you can your account managers rate it because you see they are futuristic. You see your client is futuristic. Based on that, you can rate them. That is, you can't prove to your management. So why I have given you this mark? Because I think they deserve 6 because of these aspects. Because you give this 6 compared to your other clients. What you have already on your plate. Rating, we have taken 10%. We cannot take anything beyond that. Because it all depends on the manager's maturity as well. Maybe manager might have some, different ulterior motive. Maybe manager might mislead you. You know what I mean? So that's why you need to take 10%, and you need to check manager's rating is credible in time to come. And whether that manager can predict precisely, yes, then you need to take that into consideration. If not, probably you can further go down for 5%. You can further go down. But you can increase that. If whatever the manager has been telling, they have come true over the years, then you as a senior manager, you increase that. Because you take few accounts and see. Whatever manager has told about these clients have come true. You understand? Everybody's with me? It's a very valid question. But you have to give that due recognition to this manager. That's why you have put account managers rating. You cannot have a successful key account without a key account specialist. If you don't give the due recognition to your manager, it's a problem. Alright, so let's move to the other area. So this is how you basically see the performance of your existing customers before qualifying as key accounts. And then you move to the other area, right? So then based on that, clients with a score from 8 to 10, you can grade them as A, B, and C accordingly, as you can see here, right? So clients with a score from 1 to 5.49. But it depends on how you want it to be, right? So you can even forget about 1. You can start with 1.5 or 2, right? Doesn't matter. So it's very challenging for you. It's very challenging. You can even have a cordial, discussion with your client and tell, your score is 1.5. I want to take you to 2. Why 1.5? Because you are now having a very good relationship with this client, right? At least twice a year you go for a dinner. Maybe 5-6 times for a coffee, bowling, I don't know, right? So then you're comfortable telling your customer, according to our rating, so you are here, I want to push you to this level, then you have these benefits from the budget it's allocated. You know what I mean? Right. So it's a strategic level decision right now. You cannot interfere. But at this level, if you know these things, then it's easy for you to go to the next level in your corporate ladder. Right? So now rank all your accounts on performance. Yes. Now this is the activity I skip because I don't want you to waste your time. Right? So you can sit down and take 10 of your customers. Let's see, depending on the time, we'll see what we can do. Right? Alright. So then, so how many A's and B's and C's clients do you have? So normally what I do this part when I go to the particular company. So if I go to Amana, I will do this because so quickly they can get together and do it. That's a very good eye-opening. So the management cannot deny. They have to allocate budgets. They have to make a lot of decisions. Right? You know what I mean? By that, you can go to the next level. So according to this, 10% of the customers usually achieve 50% of your volume when it comes to key accounts. The A grade. B grade, 30% is 40%. 60% of customers usually achieve 10%. So this is the healthy situation. If not, you have to relook at it. So now, after this session, you can just do this analysis to your customers. It doesn't matter you handle other clients, but I would suggest it's a manager's decision. So to pick and give certain key clients only. If the objective is for you to understand certain different aspects, characteristics of individual clients, no problem. Or else if no one else is there to handle a client in that stature, then it's a problem. That's why you are handling. Then we are not doing a justice to you and to the client. For you to get a different exposure is to see certain things from a different perspective, from a different point of view. You are handling certain individual clients while handling key accounts, I would say okay. Other than that, it's a question. There's no right or wrong answer handling customers, right? If you handle individual customers, you learn something that you don't learn handling key accounts. But in future, you will go to key accounts. Whatever the learning that you have gained from individual clients, you can apply for key accounts. What you have gained from key accounts, you can apply for individual account. Because you anyway, you need to look at customer, right? Right? End of the day, SMEs or their customers, or they are also your customer now, right? So it all depends on the company policies. Yeah. So there are many ways, right? Let's try to see some criteria. As I told you earlier, it depends on certain industries. Customer growth trend versus previous trend. The previous period compared to what? The previous few years customer growth trend today, last period. So measures the rate of customers growth compared to the previous period, quarter, year. So that's why you need to analyze quarter basis, the pattern. So that is not enough, my dear friends. Why? Because now January sales up, January first quarter sales up, second up, third down, and fourth down. That doesn't mean they are going down internally. Then you have to see 3 years down, past 3 years, and every first quarters, 2021, 2022, 2023 financial years or normal years, right? And every first quarter grows. Because there can be a specific reason in certain industries that first quarter they are not performing. For example, resorts, right? So certain people come to Maldives, there is a season. So during that time, every time it's going to need, someone said that, right? So identify potential future services needs of the customer based on industry trends and their business model. What they are going to, right, do in future, right? Maybe they are going to open up new clusters, right? So probably they are going to, acquire certain organizations. Alright? So based on that, the market research reports, and this is the measurement, and then you put a weightage there, market penetration rate. So everyone knows what market penetration is, that the same products and services in the same market, so that their rate is higher, right? This measures the percentage of the customer's total. This is of course telecommunication needs, right? Don't others don't get upset, right? So this is just examples, right? Okay, right? So network capacity depends on your industry, right? So upselling, cross-selling opportunities. And not only market penetration, new product developments of your customer, right? And new market developments. And as I told you, certain acquisitions and mergers when it comes to diversification. But if you don't understand this, don't worry. This is there are some senior managers for them to understand what you have to look at, right? So if you can understand there are certain criteria that you need to look into, right? And then the description you should have some understanding, and then measurements, and you have to have a weightage. So based on that, you just see the future potential, even the present and the future potential of your customers, right? So then again, so you have put weightages, right? And then you just see the score compared to other customers, right? So then again, the straight up is just like the earlier one. When you calculate performance, you need to calculate the potential and then write these grades and the total I know it's a bit difficult for the people who have just entered into the market to understand, right? But still, if you understand, raise your hand so far what we have discussed. Okay. This is just the roadmap. Yes, very good. This time, of course, I saw hands. Yeah. Right. Now the next step is that, based on that, you can say 1, 2, 3, right? So you can rank. Yeah. There are A, B, C. Now 1, 2, 3, right? So clients with 8 to 10, 1, 5 to 7, 1 to 5. That also you can decide, right? Based on your resources, based on your budgets. You can 1 and below, you don't do anything, you just say hi, hello, and you give a nice smile. Nothing more, right? So you cannot do anything beyond that. Because you need to do a justice to this segment, right? For future protection, because you have already calculated the lifetime value of these customers. You have given this for strategy. What? Decision making. It has gone to the board level, right? Board of directors, they have seen. You are now accountable as a professional. Especially people who have been working more than 6-7 years in the same organization. That is how they have to think. You have to think one day you will sit in the boardroom as a director. That's the type of aspiration that you should have. Right? In order to do that, you have to be in this